Kori Raishon. I am honored to be talking with you, and I know quite a bit about you, but I've always found it interesting that every time I talk with you, I learn something new. So let's start off with the basics. Let's see if I learn anything new about Kori in hearing you answer this question. Okay, so Kori, who are you? And
Wow.
what do you do?
Who am I? I always start off by saying I am a conceptualist. I coined that for myself when I started my business in 1995. I am a conceptualist. I'm a person who comes up with concepts and ideas, strategies and plans and solutions for individuals that are in business or either mostly in business, and those that are in the arts as well, or are doing anything that entails media and exposure. I guess marketing would be the best way to say that, or to combine all that. Is I'm a problem solver.
You are indeed that, and I think that the problem solver person within you has caused or affected you to solve some of these major issues that are plaguing our community, but you use the more creative way of solving the problem, the way that people would think, oh, that's lame, or that's too passive. Actually, it's very active if you think about it. So I want to talk about N2D'EE'P. N2D'EE'P, it was started by you. It's something that's going to culminate on Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., in September. I'd like you to tell me, what is it and why is it necessary?
Well, N2D'EE'P is actually a vision, a conference, and a movement. The slogan is to embellish the diversity and the creativity of that thrives in the Black community, and it came from the work that I've done over the past 20 years. I've always run into an issue, a roadblock, I'll say a roadblock, within the Black community. And from a technology base, from an understanding what actually is going on within the world when it comes to the collective community of the Black community. And so the vision, because I am a television network, and I think image is important, I learned by watching, I learned by listening, I learned by experiencing and being a part and involved in relationships, and that was the best way that I learned to be the better person that I am today. And I think I got a lot of that not only from my home, but from watching television as a kid. And so, I had the Cosby Show, I had the Red Foxes, I had the Jeffersons, I had the All in the Families to kind of look, learn, and listen and have these conversations with my friends the next day, and we would talk. I had the variety of music from growing up in the 70s and the early 80s and listening to songs that actually had a meaning. It wasn't all about this whole bump and grind. I think there's less of the bump and grind back then, but it was more about the love and the expansion of us as human beings. And we tend to have lost that message in our art. And I always say art is healing. So N2D'EE'P is about using art to heal our community, to collectively work together, because in art you can't put on a play by yourself, because if you're going to be the lighting guy, the engineer guy, the stage manager, that's going to be very difficult for the audience to sit through, right? Yeah. And so arts is a real place where we do come together as a community to create and execute an issue. And in that play is the issue. And in that, the person that's watching, whether it's television, theater, movie, a dance, or listening to music, we are able to feed someone, either a vision of themselves or a message that they needed to hear, or a movement that allowed them to release. And so N2D'EE'P is taking all of that and bringing it to the table so that we can discuss with the businesses that support our arts. This is one thing that's not happening in the Black community. We are not allowing our businesses to support our art. We have not bridged that gap, and N2D'EE'P is about bridging that gap between businesses that are seeking exposure and expansion to support the arts where their consumer audience is. And so now let's discuss as a community. Let's sit down and talk to each other. Let's know what's going on and see how we can build each other, and so that we can heal the community as a whole.
This is very profound, and as I said, this is kind of who you are. This to be who you are. So, how receptive have people been to this N2D'EE'P movement?
Very receptive. I have found a woman on YouTube. She was on a TED Talk. Her name is Leslie Branch. I reached out to her and told her what N2D'EE'P was about, and immediately she said, I would like to be involved. I also reached out to a Pepper Miller after doing some research for some paperwork that I was doing. And she's a marketing survey company, and, within the first conversation, she thought what I was doing was profound. Been involved with Vicki Lynn Reynolds. She's a Hollywood actress, character actor. Many have seen her in many of the movies and plays, and, well, she does her own play, but she's also been in plays as well. But she's theater and film and TV. And we've been talking when I went to go interview her about her one-woman show, Hattie, What I Need You to Know. And she called me, actually, and kind of said, what was I up to? And I told her, and she's like, I want to be involved. And she has brought some of her friends to the table. And actually last Monday, about a week ago from this time now, we had a meeting with all of them there. And the synergy and the energy around this event is pretty much the same. Everyone is like-minded. They are looking for a change. They're looking for something different. They're looking for the diversity and inclusion that needs to happen, especially on the entertainment side. So this thing has grown from what really started to be a 50th birthday party for me.
Yeah, that's right.
Into a movement. And like I said, I'm going with the flow of life. So a lot of doors have opened for me since I've started this concept of doing N2D'EE'P.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And actually, let me just add to that. We've even partnered with, on the business side, because that's the art side, actually today, we just signed a strategic contract with Let's Buy Black 365. So we are in partnership with a company as well, so that we can really take this movement to the next level.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Kori, for talking with me and helping me get a larger vision of who you are and what N2D'EE'P is. And I'm excited to be a part of it and look forward to the energy that will descend onto D.C. in September.
Yes, looking forward to it as well. I thank you.
Sweet.